Good morning, everybody. My name is Robert Roos, and I'm a fitness instructor here at PSP Wainwright. And today I'm going to be taking you guys through lower body and core high-intensity interval training workout. So it should be about 20 minutes for the workout itself, maybe about 5 minutes for the warm-up, 5 minutes for the cool-down. So all in all, a bit less than 30 minutes for the entire workout. So if you're interested, feel free to join, and we'll get to it shortly. If you want to play music, play it at your own house. I won't be playing any here. Just because of copyright reasons. And yeah, so there's a disclaimer in the description of this video, and I'm going to read it out right now as well, just before we get started. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness classes to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Prior to participating in the session, and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document, clicking on the links in the description. By continuing with this fitness class, you understand there's a possibility of physical injury and you agree to do so voluntarily at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to your participation in this telefitness class. So, all that being said, like I said, lower body and core high intensity interval workout. And we'll get right to it. So we're going to start with our warm-up here. We're just going to move it back. The equipment you need for this workout, or for this class as well, a yoga mat, of course your water like always, and a weight or some sort of improvised weight if you don't have any weights at home, but that's it for equipment. Nice and easy. So we'll get right to it. We're going to start off just with some pulse or some body weight squats here. We're going to go 10 reps, nice and easy, nice and slow too. Just sitting your hips down and back into a low squat, holding it for a few seconds, and then returning back up to the top. Nice and easy each time, taking your time with it, not going too fast, and just holding at the bottom and returning back up to the top. Just going to do this a few times just to kind of build some heat in your legs here. Back up to the top and back down again. Once again, holding at the bottom. Really pressing your feet into the floor, squeezing through the glutes and the quads. Especially the glutes, those will help you keep your knees right above your toes, and returning back up to the top. Back down again. We're going to go twice more through here with this kind of low squat hold. Press it back up to the top. One more time. Right down. Again, just holding some tension through your quads, through your glutes here, building a little bit of heat. If you like, you can pulse a little bit, but we're going to return it back up to the top, nice and easy. And then we'll bring it down to the floor here. Onto your mat. If you don't have a mat, just use a towel like I'm doing right here. Serves the same job. So here we go, just into a high plank here. I want you guys, before you even get into the plank, make sure your core is activated. Core is activated, glutes are activated, and then curl your toes under and press it up into your high plank. So just holding here, pressing shoulder blades down into your back pockets, and just staying nice and straight from head to toe. Activating your quads too, really squeezing through there will help your core out. And only holding here for about 10 to 15 seconds before we set some knees down. And just rest for about 5 to 10. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do it twice more. So from here, from our all fours position, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, get ready to squeeze the quads, curl the toes under, press up, and nice and strong. So holding here, straight from head to toe. Again, toes curled under, pointed up towards your face, squeeze the quads, squeeze the core. As much help as you can get here in this plank. And we're going to set knees back down, and one more time we'll go into it. Grabbing drinks of water as you need them as well. Don't hesitate. It's early in the morning, so you might not be properly hydrated yet. So before going into our last plank here, same thing, Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core, press up, squeeze your quads, and settle in for one last high plank here. Keep your breath going as well, breathing behind that shield of your core, lower back, and set the knees down. And we're going to move it on to our next warm-up exercise. So grabbing a drink of water. We're just going to go here into some lunges. We're going to do pulsing lunges here, so getting to about halfway down of a normal lunge. I just want you guys to pulse between the full ranges of motion in either direction. So you're only using about 50% of your range of motion right in the middle there. And just again, building some heat here in your quads, in your glutes. And after a little bit more, just going to switch sides here. So same thing, squeeze the glute, squeeze the quads. Keep that knee here above your toe. Sorry, I'm losing my head off the top of the screen here. And just pulsing here. Nice and easy. Again, really, really work through that quad and your glute. And keep your balance and bring it back up to the top. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Yeah, looking good so far. And we're going to bring it back here. Back to the floor, back to our mat. And all we're going to do is a few glute bridges, just to really, really get the glutes going. So, lying flat on the floor, knees at approximately 90 degrees. I just want you guys to pressing through your heels, press through the heels, bring your hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes, and then lower it back down. We're going to do the same thing we did with the squats here at the beginning, so pressing up, holding for a few seconds, keeping your breathing going. Again, core is nice and strong, but you're breathing behind that. And then lower it back to the floor. We're going to go for 3 more holds here. So pressing up through the heels, holding. And keep your neck nice and relaxed. Try not to press your head back down to the floor or lift it up off the floor either. Neck is relaxed, hands are resting at your sides or on your stomach, whatever you prefer. Lower it back down. Go for 2 more holds here. So resting for about 5 seconds and pressing it back up, holding. And lowering it back down 1 more time, pressing through the heels, through your feet, squeeze, and up to the top. And lower it back down. From here, stand it up. All we're going to do is go into some floor sweepers here. So again, straight, front leg straight, back leg bent, and just letting your arms hang. Again, say this every week, but we're not craning forward too much. Try and keep it relatively upright, back relatively straight, and just holding for 5 to 10 seconds before switching sides. Nice and easy. Doing a little bit of dynamic stretching here. We're going to go twice more per side before going into our quad stretch. And once more on the left. And we'll go into our quad stretch next. So keeping the knees nice and close together. Switching sides every 5 seconds approximately. Knees close together, pick a spot on the floor to look at to help you keep your balance. And after this time on the left side, we're going to go once more per side. And good. So that finishes up the warm-up for us here. So I'll come talk to you guys a little bit before we get started. So like I said in the introduction here, we're doing a lower body and core interval workout. So what we're going to be doing is we have 6 exercises lined up. Each exercise, you're going to be performing the exercise for 45 seconds and then resting for 15 seconds afterwards, and then going straight into the next one. So it's pretty quick, pretty rapid fire. We'll have about a 1-minute break in between rounds, but that'll be the gist of it. We want to keep moving for the majority of this workout, really keep our heart rate elevated, work up sweat, and do some quality lower body and core training. So the exercises we're going to be doing today: squat, dead bug, glute bridge, curl ups, lunges, and mountain climbers. I'll demonstrate a couple of them there just so everybody knows what we're doing. Grab a drink of water. So squats, everybody understands. We've done them in the warm-up, and I'll cue you guys through that as well. You can use an improvised weight or a real weight if you like. Dead bugs, I'll demonstrate that here. We've done it before. We do it a lot. But basically from your back, taking your opposite arm, so my right arm and my left leg, extending both out, pausing for a second, bringing it back up to the top. Ideally, you'll lay your head down on the floor here so that you're not straining your neck. I'm just hopefully trying to talk to you guys a little bit clearer here, but laying your head down and doing the opposite arm, opposite leg. So that's the dead bug. Glute bridge we did in the warm-up. If you want to make it a bit more difficult on yourself, you can hold your weight kind of at your hip level, or you can do one-footed glute bridges alternating back and forth for the 45 seconds. Curl ups, just like a sit-up, but all you're doing is keeping your hands on the floor. All you're doing is squeezing your core and just bringing your shoulder blades up off the floor. That way you're not rounding through your lower back. And you keep your hands on the floor so that you don't cheat. If you start to get your hands up in the air, then you can kind of use them for momentum, and we don't want that. We want hands on the floor, nice quality reps, squeezing through the core, just to lift your shoulder blades up off the floor. After our curl ups, we have lunges, again, which we did in the warm-up, and I'll go through a few things to make that more difficult or a bit easier depending on how you feel about them. Mountain climbers is our last one. So once again, back on the floor here from a high plank position. We're going to do nice and slow mountain climbers today. So from your high plank, again, activate your core before you even get up there. So squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, press the toes into the floor, squeeze the quads. From our high plank, we're just going to slowly bring one leg forward and one leg back, setting our foot down before bringing the other one up. I know people like to do mountain climbers just rapid fire like this, and that's all well and good, but today we're going to be doing it nice and slow. Really working on that core activation and only bringing your knee as far forward as you can without your back kind of excessively rounding. And that's that. Those are our 6 exercises, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. If that's a little bit difficult, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off is also a really good quality way to go through this workout. But we're gonna go 45 and 15 this morning. Make it a nice, hard Tuesday morning workout for you guys. So, without any more dilly-dallying, we'll get right into it. What's going to happen is, I'm going to step back, bring my water with me. You can use your weight if you like right away. I'm going to be doing the first round without any weight, just to demonstrate it all as body weight exercises, and then we'll go from there. So, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, starting with our squat, getting ready and set. A few deep breaths. And into body weight squats. Here we go. So sitting the hips down and back, pressing up to the top, and back down. Again, no need to rush through these. You can use your weight if you like, but hips come down and back, knees stay above your toes, lower back stays straight. Scoop. Got about 20 seconds left, so keep it up. 45 seconds, I'm going to get 15 seconds rest. If you guys have any questions, post them down in the comments. Some of my colleagues are in there answering questions as they come up. 10 seconds. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds rest, and then we're going to be getting into our dead bug. So if you like, you can get down onto your mat Get ready to go. 5 seconds. And here we go, opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out, bringing them back to the top. If those squats with body weight were too easy for you, then for the next round, feel free to grab your weight or your improvised weight. I've just got a jug of detergent, so you can use whatever you've got around. For these dead bugs here, pressing your lower back into the floor. Oh, getting myself mixed up here. Pressing your lower back into the floor, squeezing your core. If your lower back starts to arch, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to engage your core properly. So press that lower back down into the floor. Make sure there's no space between your floor and the back, between your back and the floor. And rest. 15 seconds before going into glute bridges. So we're staying on our mat, on our back for this one. Like I said before, if you want to make it a little more difficult on yourself, you can alternate legs and just do single leg glute bridges. We're going to do two-legged here going, starting now. 45 seconds on for the two-legged glute bridges. Squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the hamstrings. Core is nice and strong. So like I said, if you want it more difficult, you can go one leg at a time. Left leg, sit it back down. Right leg, sit it back down. Left leg, again, just alternating side to side. If you're comfortable with the two-legged ones, absolutely keep doing that. If you want a different sort of challenge, you can grab your weight and set it on top of your hips here. And we've got 3 seconds, 15 seconds rest. So we're going to be on our back once again here for our curl-ups after our 15-second rest. 5 seconds left. So curl-ups, hands are on the floor. 3, 2, 1, and go. Squeeze the core, hands stay on the floor. Just lifting your shoulder blades up off the ground. Remember to breathe out as you contract. Breathe in on the way back down. And remember, we want good quality reps, so you can go as fast or as slow as you like, as long as you're actually engaging your core here. You're not cheating by lifting your hands up. Fingers stay on the floor, and you're getting a nice squeeze through your abs. Shoulder blades up. And rest. 15 seconds. We're going into lunges next, so standing it back up, alternating lunges just side to side. Very short rest periods here. So after our lunges and our mountain climbers, 3, 2, 1, go. Alternating lunges. Then we'll have about a minute's rest where it'll be a lot better to grab water if you need it. But for now, 45 seconds of lunges. If these front lunges are a little difficult on your knees, if you tend to get sore knees or you have knee problems, front lunges can be a little hard on them. So then for you, reverse lunges are a good option. Stepping back into the lunge reduces the amount of shock from stepping forward into your lunges. So we've still got 10 seconds to go here. Again, do a better job than I am right now of squeezing your glutes and your core to keep yourself nice and stable. I'll clean it up here. There we go. Resting for 15 seconds and then going into our mountain climbers. Three, 2, 1. High plank, and then bringing the knees up. Again, keeping your whole body nice and straight. Only bringing your knees forward as far as you can while still maintaining a flat back. You don't want to be arching like crazy. You don't want to be bringing your knees forward and then squeezing your butt down and rising your back up. Keep it nice and straight. So our last exercise before a minute's rest. Keep it going. Nice, good quality, slow mountain climbers, and rest. So, grab a drink of water. If If that first round was a little easy for you, feel free on the next one to make it a bit more difficult. Grab your weight, do any of the variations that we've talked about so far. For now, we've got a little bit of time, about 30 seconds before getting back into it. Again, early in the morning, so grab water. Nobody's properly hydrated in the mornings directly after they wake up, so get to it. Got about 10 seconds left. Grab your weight if that first round was a little not challenging enough for you, and we'll get to it in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, starting with squats. So sit the hips down and back, hold the weight kind of up at shoulder height, and back up to the top. Hips down and back stays straight, knees above toes. All that good stuff that we talk about constantly as fitness instructors. And we've got 45 seconds here. About halfway through. Seconds. And 15 seconds rest. Next, we're going into our dead bugs. So, back on your mat. Press the lower back down. Squeeze the core. Getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Standing out. Pause for a second, and back up at the top. Again, waiting for your arm and your leg to be back up at the top before lowering the other side. Three seconds left. And rest. Next exercise we're going into, glute bridge. So, like we talked about, you can use your weight, hold your weight at your hips to make it a little harder for yourself, or you can do one-legged glute bridges, alternating back and forth. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, and go. Glute bridge up, and back down. We got 45 seconds. If you see the cat walking by, his name is Finn, say hello. And rest. 15 seconds rest, and then we're going into our curl ups here. So again, lying back, 5 seconds to go, hands stay on the floor, and go. Curling up, bringing it back down. As fast or as slow as you like, as long as it's good quality, hands stay on the floor, squeeze through the core, and lift the shoulder blades up. Remember to breathe. And rest. Oh. Oh man, that's a good one. Next we're going into our lunges here. So 45 seconds of alternating lunges. Again, if the first round is too easy, grab your weight and holding it up at your chest or down at your sides. Well, up at your chest is going to be best here since we're alternating every rep. So here we go. 35 seconds left. Same thing as before. When you're moving down, you want to breathe in, you press, back up, breathe out. And rest. 15 seconds. Get back towards our mat to finish off mountain climbers. And then we've got one more round to go. 5, 4, squeeze the abs, squeeze the glutes, press the toes down, up into a high plank, and go. Bringing that knee forward, switching sides. Every time, but always keeping that nice strong high plank. Put the shoulder blades in your back pocket. And don't move your opposite leg until that first toe gets set back down on the floor, that first foot gets set back down on the floor. Keep it going. We got a minute rest after this, so nice, good quality. Oh man, keep it going. And rest. So, grab a drink of water. We've got a minute here. Oh, and one more round to go. So once again, feel free to do any of the variations that we've talked about. Grab your weight for any of the exercises that you feel you need it. Oh. And we've got one more round. All right, 15 seconds, and then we'll get back into it here. One last swig of water. So starting with squats, body weight squats if you prefer, using your weight, and go. 45 seconds. Again, as fast or as slow as you like, as long as they're good quality reps. I'm going to be going a little bit faster on this last round, but my form stays the same. Okay, form is always good quality, even as speed increases or decreases. We've got 10 seconds left. And rest. Going into our dead bugs next. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Squeeze the glutes. Press the hips up to the ceiling. Again, core is always activated, not slumping through the core. And we got 15 seconds left. And rest. Next one we're going into is going to be our dead bugs here. Oh, I think we skipped our dead bugs. We went straight to glute bridge. All right, so dead bugs, and then we'll go into curl ups. So here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a goof up there. It's all right. We'll really get your core here with 2 in a row on the last round. 5 seconds. And 15 seconds rest before going into curl ups. Oh, and boy, are we going to need those 15 seconds for this one. 2 core exercises in a row. That's my bed. 5 seconds, hands on the floor. And squeeze the core. Again, as fast or as slow as you like here. As long as it's good quality. And try not to stop as well. If you need to, you can slow down. But try not to fully stop. Ten seconds. And rest. Whew. And going into our lunges here. Grab your weight if you like, or just body weight, whatever you prefer. And getting ready. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and lunging. Alternating sides. 45 seconds here again. Fast or slow as you like, as long as they're good quality. Keep the core engaged. Core and glutes engaged. Stay nice and upright. Seconds. And rest. Oh, 15 seconds. We're going to go into our mountain climbers. One last time. So 5 seconds. Press the hands down to the floor, shoulder blades in the back pocket, squeeze the core, and press up. And go. Alternating. Side to side. Let's make this last one your best one here. Scooch it forward. Oh man, the towel's not quite long enough here. Sliding a little bit. Keep it going, keep it going. Nice strong core. And here we go, 5 seconds. And rest. Whew. And that's it, guys. Well done. Stand it up. Keep walking around as well. Trying not to let your heart rate or your blood pressure come down too quickly. Take your water with you. And grab a drink of water. Oh, and I'm all out already. Oh, make sure that after this workout you make sure that you get enough water, since it is early in the morning and we're sweating now too, so you're losing even more water. We'll take a quick little break here. Again, keep walking, keep your heart rate slightly up, but let it come down gradually. And then we're just going to go into some quick dynamic stretching, some quick static stretching, and then we'll be out of here and good to go. So, starting off, we're going to get about 10 seconds more. Set your weight off to the side. Set everything off to the side, except for your mat or your towel. You can bring that forward to stretch on if you like. But just starting with some floor sweepers, alternating side to side. Only holding for about 5 seconds per side, just like in the warm-up. Starting with a little bit of dynamic stretching. Hope everybody's feeling good after that workout. I know it got me working up a sweat, and especially my core burning pretty well. Good workout for pairing with any sort of running program that you might be doing, since of course your legs are important during running, but your core especially is a huge part of your stability while running. And if you can keep your core stable, if your core is all loosey-goosey while running, then you can lose a lot of energy through unnecessary motion through your torso, through your hips. So a nice strong core is important for efficiency while trying to run. One more time here on the left side, and then we'll switch it to our quad stretch. Step it back so you guys can see my face. And then, again, 5 seconds approximately per side, going back and forth. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we've got the cat meowing at the top of the stairs, so that might be what you're hearing there. Probably wondering why I'm not paying attention to him here. And we're going to go one more time here on the left side, and then we'll bring it down to our mats. So, sitting back, all we're going to do is start with a modified hurdler stretch. I'll tilt you guys a little bit so you can see it a little better. Modified hurdler stretch. Back on your mat. One leg out, one leg in, and touching the inside of your leg. And we'll hold for 10 to 30 seconds. A little bit longer if you're tighter in certain areas, and one stretch feels better, or like it's working that area a bit better, then feel free to stay on that one for a little bit and work on any tight problem areas. So 10 to 30 seconds. I'm going to switch sides here. And same thing on this side. And for me, after about 10 to 15 seconds here, I'm going to bring it into a groin stretch. So bringing both feet in towards the middle, using your legs to press those knees out into the side, not your elbows. And if you like, you can sit straight up during this one, or you can come forward a little bit, whatever you prefer. It doesn't affect this one too much. So again, 10 to 30 seconds. And I'm going to switch into glute stretch now. So, glute stretch, bringing your right foot across your left knee. This one's going to be really good after this workout since we were squeezing our glutes so much during all those exercises. So right foot is over left knee, left arm brings that knee across. Or you can do both arms to bring it across too. Experiment with a little bit, see where you get the best stretch during this one. Since everybody's anatomy is a little bit different, you might have to play around with it and see what works best for you. Turning your body more or less. And I'm going to switch sides. For myself, about a 45-degree angle from in this 90 here, so that works best for me, kind of turning my chest on a 45, but like I said, play around with it, see what works best for you. And finishing up this glute stretch, we've got one more to go. Just in a low lunge here, you can set your knee down or your toe down, whatever you prefer. Hips stay straight ahead, and then just lean it forward so that you're stretching out this rear leg here. Leaning it forward, so you stretch through that hip flexor. And 10 to 15 seconds. Upper body stays nice and upright, hips stay straight forward. And after about 15 seconds, I'm going to switch sides here. Bring the other leg forward. And this is going to be our last stretch of the day. And we'll finish it up there. So, hope everybody enjoyed the workout. Thanks for coming and watching. I really appreciate it. Drink lots of water, and I'll see you guys next week for another workout here from Wainwright. Thanks again, guys. See you later.